comes to nutrition, how do you know you're getting expert advice? And if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of info out there, and registered dietitian nutritionist Neva Cochran is here to clear up some of those gray areas for us. First, explain to me, what is the difference between what a real expert is and somebody who claims to be an expert that maybe they got their certificate online or something like that?
Yes, and I do have a picture here of one of my colleagues who got a certificate for her dog online. She filled out, here he is.
Are you kidding?
She filled out the application, sent in the money, and he is now a member of the Association of Nutritional Consultants. And you know, there are degrees you can get online that are non-accredited, and certificates and all kinds of credentials. But actually, to be a registered dietitian nutritionist like I am, you have to have a bachelor's degree in nutrition, nutrition dietetics, food science, or it doesn't matter what the name is, but there is a core curriculum that you have to follow, which includes 4 semesters of chemistry, including biochemistry, physiology, microbiology, food prep, food science, and a lot of nutrition courses that you incorporate biochemistry and physiology. So I really understand what's in the food, what happens as it goes down and is digested, and when it's absorbed and goes into the cell. So sometimes these other nutritionists sound like they have a lot of information because they'll string a lot of jargon words together like toxins and cleanses, but in truth, you know, you have to understand what's going on with the body to really understand nutrition.
All right, Neva, let's talk gluten-free.
Gluten-free. Okay, so these are, you know, 5 things that real nutrition experts wish people would quit saying about food. And this gluten-free trend, I have never seen anything like it my whole...
it's pretty big.
And basically 1% of the people have celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disease that means when they eat gluten, it causes a problem with their intestine, and they can't digest it, and it stays in there, and it starts causing pain and all kinds of symptoms. Another 6% of people probably have a gluten sensitivity that's not celiac. So that means only 7% have some problem with gluten. 20 to 30% of people are trying to avoid gluten because they think it's healthier. There is nothing wrong with gluten. It's a protein in wheat. There's no reason that everybody has to avoid it. But what's interesting is a lot of people are using it as a marketing tool now, so people get the impression that it's bad, and it's not. And if it's in wheat, rye, and barley. These are really nutrient-rich foods. Like the main source of folic acid in our diet comes from wheat. So when you don't eat it, you're not getting that. You're not getting fiber, prebiotics, a lot of good things. This cereal box says gluten-free. That's okay because people might not know what grain is in it. But dried cranberries, it says gluten-free on the dried cranberries. Like,
of course it's gluten-free.
When did cranberries start having wheat, barley, or rye?
Okay, what about tea bags?
Oh my gosh, I was in the grocery store a few months ago, and I was walking by the tea aisle, and I saw this gluten-free shelf tag, and I was just like,
that's hysterical.
Okay, like tea is tea. It doesn't have wheat, rye, or barley.
So it's the keyword that people are putting on things that have nothing to do with it, just so that they can claim and therefore get the sell.
And somehow now people are getting the impression that gluten is bad, and it's not.
Okay. What about good foods, bad foods? Okay,
there are no good or bad foods or good or bad ingredients. It's how you put your whole diet together. So, you know, you could eat what you think is a wonderfully good food, like carrots, and if that's all you eat, that's not a good diet.
Then it's a bad food.
Right. And then, you know, well, if you eat a piece of chocolate cake, but all day you've gotten your fruits, your vegetables, your grains, your lean proteins, and your dairy, that chocolate cake is not a bad food. It fits into the day. So it's not looking at bad or good foods, but that overall you're eating a balance of really nutrient-rich foods from all the food groups. And then you can have a few calories for those extra.
All right, what do you say about detox cleanses?
Okay, first of all, we do not have toxins just running around our body. You do not need to fast or go on a juice fast in order to cleanse your body. In fact, what happens is the opposite will happen. If you are literally starving yourself, you create toxins in the body. If you know anybody that has insulin-dependent diabetes and they have ketoacidosis, have you ever heard that? It's not a good thing, but that's what's going to happen. If you're not eating enough calories, your body will start breaking down fat, and when it breaks down fat very rapidly, it makes these things called ketones, and you get ketoacidosis, and that has all kinds of bad symptoms. So
and actually forces you to store the fat, is that right?
No, it's really burning the fat, but it's burning very rapidly, so you get these products. But what I want to make sure people understand is that the body detoxifies. The kidneys filter, the liver detoxifies, your GI tract gets rid of stuff that you don't need. So there is a natural process in place in your body to get rid of toxins.
All right. Well, thank you, Neva. Great information, as always, and we know we can rely on you. You are the expert.
Thank you.
All right, and you can get more information from Neva by going to our website, and that's broadcasttv.com, and then click on today's links.